This conference will now be recorded.
So is everyone able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's start up with our financial modeling things. So you must be aware of the things, what it is, isn't it? Financial modeling. So do you have any idea about what is financial modeling? Okay, before starting up with financial modeling, let's start up with how much you know about accounts. So do you know what is accounts is?
Yes,
Please tell me, ma, what it is. Accounts means what, and where it will be used. Hello, girls, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So when we are talking about financial modeling, so finance is nothing but accounts, isn't it? So when we are talking about accounts, what is accounts? Whatever you know, please.
Ma'am, it's like money paid and money received.
Okay. So accounts means maintaining in a systematic way. When we are talking about the business end or where the accounts is maintained in a systematic way, there will be finding the profit, isn't it? In simple terms, let's not get so very systematic and this one also technical also. So now when we are talking about business, so accounts, it is spoken in the language of business, isn't it? So what is business is?
ma'am, it is an economic activity, and the main motto of business is to earn profit, and it is done on regular basis.
Okay, you are telling about accounts, right? So accounts plays a very important role when we are talking about a business. So now what is a business is?
Ma'am, a business can be defined as an organization or an enterprise engaged with commercial or industrial activities.
Okay, very good. So that is a very good answer what I have received. Okay. So now when we are talking about a business, so now I wanted to start up with a business. Okay. So how we are going to plan up that I wanted to do this particular business only? What will be the ideology we'll be maintaining? It will forget about all those academical business and accounts and all. Let's talk in generally. What is a business? And when I am the person who wanted to start up with the business, example you, when I'm talking about you people, so you wanted to start up with the business. So what is the ideology you will be having that I wanted to start with this particular business or something? So how would you plan now?
Main thing we will have in our mind is to earn profit.
Yeah. Very good. Then, anyone else? Okay, so I got an answer that in the ideology of making profit. So when I wanted, whatever the business we do it for the sake of profit only. But we have to make a decision what type of business I need to start up in order to make a profit. It's not that I'll be trying it out with multiple business at a time. So I'll be choosing one particular business like setting up a restaurant or a saloon or a boutique or some other kind of thing. So first I need to plan that I wanted to do such a business, isn't it? Yes or no? So later part, I should have an idea about that business. So if I wanted, for example, if I wanted to set up a restaurant, so first I need to know about that business, what it is, isn't it? Yes or no? So when I'm setting up the thing, so first I need to plan accordingly. Like I need to check out for some other businesses which are into this restaurant only, where I will see how the business is going on, what are the things they are maintaining, and how they are making the profit. So without this knowledge, am I going to plan up that randomly? I'm going to choose that no, I want to do this business, or I wanted to get into this business.
No, ma'am.
So first you will be checking out what type of business suits to me, in which business I can show the interest in order to develop see the growth in that business, isn't it? So once you see the growth only, then you can plan up for the profit in the business. Yes or no? So for that, so whatever the systematic way, whatever the ideology you will have for that particular business, like how we will be planning it. So first you will check out with the different type of restaurants which are already there in the market, like what type of restaurant it is. So you will check out with the past history of that business, how it has been come across since this 4 5 years or whatever it is, how it is running at present. Currently, how is the business running and how it is going to develop themselves. So based on this, then you will decide that yes, I wanted to set up with an restaurant. So first restaurant means I need to do the certain investments and all. So all those things I need to check out. Then I'll be concentrating on what are the parts that I need to improvise so that I'll be seeing the profit. So that we will be getting an idea and also planning that in a systematic way and setting it. So this is called as financial modeling. Okay, so when we are starting up a new business, or I am going to own some other business which is already on the book, then somebody is already running some business, so they wanted to sell it. I am purchasing that business, which is not a new company, which is already a running business. Okay, so that time also when I'm purchasing any such business, also first I will check out what type of business it is and how it was doing previously and how it is doing currently. So if I am owning this business, if I make any investment in this business, am I going to see any profit? All those things we will be checking it out. So in this type of things only, we will be setting up this systematic way of setting your things. So this is called as financial modeling. So here, what are the things we are going to concentrate in a sense? So uses and benefits of financial modeling. So how we are going to use the financial modeling and how we are going to get benefited when we are following the criteria of the financial modeling. So where we will be coming across the Excel refresher also, means whatever the thing we are going to do it. So that will be done based on the Excel. So here, how we are going to use Excel in financial modeling. So I hope you people are having the idea about what is Excel, isn't it? So based on this one, if we are talking about Excel, it is basically done with calculations of using the functions and the formulas. So here, when we are talking about financial modeling, how Excel is going to be useful to me. Okay, then we are going to see the different type of financial statements, like when I'm going to own a business or if I'm purchasing any ongoing business or something. So how we will be calculating based on the financial statements or the financial reports of that particular business, where we'll be coming across time, value, and money. So once we start up with it, you will understand it much better. So then there are three statement modules. You must be aware of it. So what are the three statement modules which we talk about in the business or in accounts?
Income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow.
Okay. So then we will be coming across the different type of case studies where we'll be seeing the different scenarios of different businesses and how we can go ahead with it. And then we will be coming across the ratio analysis as well. Okay. So anything you did not understood till now? If anybody is having any doubts or if they are not able to get to what I am explaining, please do tell. I'll explain it once again.
Ma'am, how we'll use Excel refresher?
Excel
Like,
refresher means will be showing the introduction about what are the Excel components that are there. So we use it in Excel, and those things will be using in the financial modeling as well. So how Excel can be used in order to do the calculation and all, because when we are talking about the accounts, it's all about calculations, right? So this calculations and different things and all, we'll be doing it using the Excel. So Excel refresher means we'll show you the different components of Excel, and then we'll be start using Excel in order to do with the uh, problem solving on the case studies. Okay, so there and all we'll be using Excel only. So before that, we will just understand that what is Excel, what are the different things that are there in Excel. So learn a little bit of Excel, and then we will start. Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Any other questions?
Ma'am, can you please tell once more the financial modeling, I mean, what it is actually?
So when I'm starting up a business, so now imagine that you wanted to start up with a business. So without having any idea, you will randomly tell that I wanted to start up with a business. No, no. First, you need to have an interest of that business, isn't it? Then you should have an idea about how the business is carried on. For example, as I told, it's about a restaurant. So when I'm talking about a restaurant, first I need to have an idea how the restaurant business will be done. Then I'll be checking out where I can actually set up with my restaurant, where the business can get clicked. So all those things you need to have a proper information about it. Okay. So then if I wanted to start up with the business, how I am going to start it up? What is the investment that I am going to set up? And what are the things that I am going to concentrate more about? Like how many seats are available, availability of the seats, and what are the type of dishes I am going to prepare, and where is the actual restaurant is being set up. If it is in a wrong location, do you think that my business can be run? So I should check out in a place where there is too many people going around. Like there should be a commercial area or something where I can set up with my restaurant business or something, isn't it? So when I wanted to start up with the business, so first I need to understand how it is. So I will check out with the different restaurants that are there, which are running very much successfully. So I will see what is the past history of that restaurant, so how they have reached till now. So like I'll check out for some 2 3 years of their past history. Then I'll see what is the current thing, what is the current situation, or what is the current place where they place themselves into. And I can tell that when they are doing very good, so I can tell that in the upcoming 5 years where they will be. So like that, based on that certain things and all, I'll make up my mind that yes, I can start up with the restaurant business, because it runs good when it is set up in a proper place with the proper requirements, whatever it is required to set up a restaurant business. So like that, I'll plan it. So if I am planning to purchase the ongoing restaurant, which is already in the, they wanted to sell it due to some reasons. So if I am purchasing randomly or simply, I'm not going to purchase the any business. So I'll check out with the past history of that business, like how they got started up, and how at what point they started up, and now at this current point where they are. So how the business is going on in this current period, and from now on in the past 2 3, in the upcoming 2 3 years, or in the future 5 years, where the business is going to be. Am I going to reach, see the growth? Am I going to make a good profit, or will I be able to widen my business? So all those things I'll get an idea when I check out with all those scenarios. So then I will make up my mind that yes, I can go with this ongoing this restaurant, or I wanted to set up with a new business, anything. So when you are checking out with all those things, all the details, information in order to start up your business, or you wanted to buy a ongoing business or something, this whatever the things you follow it up, the ideology or the methodology what you will be following, this is called as financial modeling. Okay, understood? The one who asked the question, did you understood, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here, these are the things we are going to concentrate in the financial modeling. So now let's see what actually the financial modeling speaks about. So here we understood that what is the basic thing, what is financial modeling is. Financial modeling is a process of estimating the financial performance of a project or a business by taking into account for all relevant factors, growth and risk assumption, and interpreting their impact. So the process, what is this financial modeling means? The process of estimating the financial performance of a project. Now, as I told, if I wanted to go ahead and buy an ongoing project or a business, so I need to see the financial performance of that particular project and what are the accounts that have been taken, relevant factors, what are the measures they have seen, they have taken in order to see the growth, and the risk what they have taken in order to develop their businesses. And it enables the user to acquire a concise knowledge of all the variables involved in financial forecasting. So here I'll get an idea about how the business was started up, and this in this 2-3 years, whatever the current period is till this time, how they have made themselves to see the growth, what are the risk factors they have done it in order to see the things, what are the changes that has been involved, so how the performance was there. So all those things, it will be very much clear when I am following this financial modeling. So financial modeling is either building a model from scratch or maintaining the existing model by implementing new available data to it. So as I told, the financial modeling can be implemented on different scenarios. Like if I am starting up the business for new, so that time also I will be having an idea about what are the businesses and other things. Or if I wanted to purchase any ongoing project or business, that time also financial modeling can be used. So here, as you can notice, all the above financial situations are of complex and volatile by nature. So when we are seeing this one, it is not an easy task to analyze any business just from outside. So we have to come across the case things, what and all they have done, and all the things we have to follow, analyze it. So it is not an easy thing. So once we have done it in a systematic and a proper way, then I'll be able to conclude what the business is all about. Have they seen the success? There is a growth in this business and all. It helps the user to gain an in-depth understanding of all the components of the complex scenario. So when I come across this, all those past history and all, I'll be coming across that what are the things they have faced, how they have overcome all those things and all, and how they have overcome and reached to this success. So what are the things I need to concentrate if I am buying this business, and all those things and all. So it is used to forecast the potential future financial performance of a company by making relevant assumption of how the firm or a specific project is expected. Means when I am coming across all the past situations and the present scenarios, and based on this one, I will be able to justify how the business is going to be in the upcoming future. Okay, so for that we have to follow the things and all in a systematic way. For instance, how much cash flow a project is likely to produce within 5 years from its initiation. So when I wanted to see how they have made the profit, so then we have to see how they have started up, what was the initial investment they have done, so what are the things, what are the fields they have concentrated in order to see the growth. So where and all it brings the advantages, like it will work out, like discounts, and there is one-on-one free, or what are the things, different scenarios they have been followed and all, where and all it has seen the success, where the things, whatever they have involved. So what are the ideologies, strategies they have involved. So these things and all, how it has been performed, how it has worked out. So what are the things I need to do it. So these things and all, it will be very much clear when we are maintaining it in a systematic way. So this and all will be done, as I told, it will be done using the financial modeling. So am I too fast or something?
No, ma'am.
Is everyone able to follow it?
Yes, ma'am.
So I hope
Yes,
now you must have got an idea what is financial modeling is all about, isn't it?
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we'll see what are the things that we are going to concentrate mainly in the when we are talking about financial modeling. So when we are discussing, we talked about the company. So here company knowledge is very much important. Either it is a startup business or you are going to purchase an ongoing business. Company knowledge is very much important. Like what is the business, what they are following, what are the things that need to be concentrated, and other things which is related to that particular company or the business. Attention to details. So once they have started up with the business, so what are the things they have done in order to see the growth? What are the potentials they have put? So we need to have that attention to that detailed information, whatever they have implemented in the business. Okay, that will be again based on the past history of the business. So reading financial reports. So just simply I cannot decide that the business is going into profit. So when I'm talking about the past history, I'll be checking out with the financial reports. As you people told, I'll be checking out with the income reports, I'll be checking out with the balance sheet and how is the cash flow statement, everything. So based on that scenarios and all, I'll see what is the present thing going on in that business. So based on all those things, I'll be able to know that yes, this business is going to do good in the upcoming future. So when I'm talking about accounting, so what is the systematic way they are maintaining the accountings, like what either they are into manufacturing business or they are just buying and selling the goods. When I'm talking about a restaurant, so there we are buying the raw materials and then it has been converted into finished goods which have been served to the customers. So there when we are doing all those different type of scenarios like buying and selling, and when we are talking about the manufacturing and all, so what is the propaganda that is being followed it. So all this accounting terminologies and all, how the particular business is following, we have to have a keen information. We should be having the information about those things and all. So when we are talking about corporate finance, so what is corporate finance? Girls?
Ma'am, is it like area of finance that deals with the funding, capital structures and all?
Yes, very good. So when I'm talking about corporate finance, is the business has been started up with any debts or it is having the equity capital, what it is, how the investments have been done. So all those things also I need to have a proper knowledge about. So then we will be using the Excel in order to follow up all those things, calculations and whatever the other scenarios are there. So for all those things, I'll be using the Excel. So how it will be used and all, we'll be seeing it in few more minutes. So industry knowledge, the last thing is industry knowledge. So when I'm talking about the restaurant business, so I wanted to start up or I'm going to buy a restaurant which is ongoing. So I should be having the industry knowledge, like where it is going to get placed. So who are the industry competitors that I have? So what are the things I need to concentrate in order to see the growth in front of my competitors? So it is not only my business what I'm going to concentrate, but I should have the knowledge of in and around things and all. What are the businesses that are being there? Like what are the different restaurants that are being near to my locality? Like where my business is set up. So when I have to tell, so when we are talking about a restaurant or something, we will prefer to the ones which are giving the quality, isn't it? So quality, quantity, and with the pricings. So when we are talking about all the things, we should see the things about of my industry competitors as well as. So then keeping those things also in my mind, then only I can see the growth. So understood with these things. So these are the key factors of what we are going to speak about in financial modeling. Any point you did not understand or something? Let's proceed further.
Yes, ma'am.
So where and all the financial modelings are used for. So when we are talking about these things, you must be getting an idea about what is financial modeling and what are the different fields where it can be used. So any guesswork?
Ma'am, while buying a business,
Yeah, that is true. Like I'm asking about that businesses, what type of business and all which will be involving the financial modeling. So when I'm talking about financial modeling, so here it is predominantly used by financial analysts. So each and every company will be having their financial analyst who will be guiding them that what type of business it is and all the things in decision making. So whatever the firm decision we have to take related to my business or owning a business or starting up with a new company or a business, whatever it is the financial analyst who is going to guide me. So he is going to make it in a proper format and put it in a proper view, and he is going to explain us what it is and how I can go about with that new business or whatever it is. So financial modeling supports the management in the decision making and the preparation of financial analyzing by creating the financial models. So as I told just now, so financial analysts are the people who are going to tell us what type the business is going to be seen in the upcoming 5 years. So here when we are learning all those things, I see the future financial analyst sitting in front of me. So hope you will be learning it very well and good. Then you'll be getting an idea how to make a strategy and know more about the company's details and all and how we can start up with the business. So you'll get an idea moreover about it. So financial modeling are used for what? Where are the different fields where the financial modeling can be used in the sense? Financial modeling can be used in investment banking. So investment bankings are used for raising the funds, divestment or reorganization, like the companies like Goldman Sachs and Nomura, JP Morgan, Kotak and Morgan Stanley are different types of companies which are having into which are into investment banking. So when they are into investments and all, they should have a proper ideology on where they are investing their money into and all. So for that, they'll be having the financial analyst who will be guiding them in each and every step, and there will be equity research fields and private equity or venture capitals, corporate finance like Tata, Reliance, Mahindra, and other things and all, and banks and all will be there. So we will be using these things and all. And here also we have the raising of funds and equities. So raising of funds and equity means, so when a company raises money by selling the debt, so that is called as raising. So when we are doing that one, or when we are going to follow by selling the equity shares, so how we are going to increase the value of the company. And when we are talking about making business and asset acquisition, so you must be aware of this M&A, mergers and acquisitions. So do you have any idea about it? What is this mergers and acquisitions?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is that?
Ma'am, merger means a company if there are two companies A and B, A merges uh, or takeovers company B, that's called merger.
Okay. And
And
acquisition is?
acquisition is like uh, company B act as a host company.
Okay. So merger company, as you told, it is exactly correct. So when I am a merger means when I'm bringing two companies together. Okay, so bringing two companies together in the sense, example, now we can see the Z Entertainment and Sony India merged together. So, and there is GlaxoSmithKline Beecham and Health Jenny, they have merged together. So, they are two business which are coming together. Okay. Acquisition means when entity acquires the stake, whether it is minority stake or majority stake. Like based on the minority stake, if we are talking, it can be 10, 20, 30%. And when we are talking about majority stake means it can be 60, 70, 80 and all. Like if we have to tell with an example means Walmart acquisition of Flipkart. So they have acquired the Flipkart by 77%. And when we are talking about Zomato's acquisition by of Uber, Uber Eats, so it is 55%. So they are taking the acquisition of 55%. So like this majority stakeholders or minority stakeholders, on that basis, if they are acquiring the company, it becomes the acquisition. If both the companies are going together and they are combining both together, that becomes the merger. So when we are talking about the developing newer trends of business, so when we are starting up with the business, so when we wanted to make more profits, so we will be concentrating on the fields where it can be developed, like what are the things that I need to concentrate in order to improve my business. So then only I'll be able to come to a conclusion whether my business can be uh, like it can be developed, or I can open up with some more branch or widen my business, how, what and all it can be done. So for that, newer trends of business is very much important, implementing new ideas, things and all in the business. So selling and buying of assets. So what do the selling and buying of assets mean? It is not in terms of financial modeling I'm asking you people. In generally, when we are talking about accounts, what is the selling and buying of assets?
It may be any fixed asset that we are getting for manufacturing. If
Yes,
we are having a
very good.
manufacturing company.
Mhm. Yes. So manufacturing company or any machineries I wanted to buy, or if I wanted to buy any land, or I wanted to go with any vehicles or something which are basically required for my business. So which is going to improvise my business when I am owning those things and all, or selling any fixed assets or anything also. So when we are doing this type of buying and selling of assets, so is it going to have an impact on my business?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
definitely it is. Yes, definitely it is going to have an impact on my business. So when I'm talking about the next point, forecasting and budgeting. So what is this forecasting and budgeting means?
I'm forecasting in the sense predicting what would
Hmm.
happen in the future.
Yes. Like when I am putting a proper ideology into my business, that I wanted to see the growth, and also that ideology should work out, isn't it? So once if I am implementing an idea or something in my business, so I'm predicting that this is going to work out and this is going to definitely be successful and I'm going to see the profit, isn't it? Okay, then forecasting and budgeting, I got for one this one answer only.
Ma'am, budgeting is like to create a baseline to compare the actual results with the standard results.
Yes, very good. So budgeting in the sense whatever the current scenario is and what is the past scenario was. So based on this, I can tell how the business is going to click in the upcoming future. Okay. So when we are talking about valuation, valuation is a process of determining the current worth of an asset of, or a company. So valuation means when I'm talking about any successful business or something. So we can tell that they are already into success. That shows the valuation where they stand right now. So when I see that standard rating now, what place they are into, so I can easily tell that in the upcoming 5 years how they are going to be, isn't it? So that becomes the valuation of a company. So allocation of capital. So anybody can tell me what is this allocation of capital in terms of accounts?
And how much amount is to be invested?
Yes, exactly. So if I wanted to start up with the business randomly, I cannot tell that will, sorry, I will be investing this much of amount. So first I need to have the proper idea about what is the business, how big I'm going to set up the business. Based on that, I will tell that yes, this requires this much of capital investment to the business. And once I'm investing this amount, how it is going to be used. So all those things and all, it is called as allocation of capital. So these are the fields where we'll be concentrating when we wanted to go ahead with this particular things or points, whatever we came across. So these things and all, it is basically used in the terms of financial modeling. So you might be not aware of what exactly the financial modeling is, but you are aware of all those points. So you are having some idea about what is financial modeling is all about. Okay. So any doubt in the points, whatever we came across, just
And the acquisition one.
acquisition. So when we are starting up with a business, so there will be two agendas which will be followed. Like if I'm telling that I'm going to merge my business, so I'm already running my business successfully, and the equivalent, the same, this one only will take it like restaurant only. So I'm going to merge it with the other business. Like when we are talking about the thing, like what we talked about, Zomato acquisition. So there's are both are same businesses only. These people are also our food suppliers, and these people are also Uber Eats also are food suppliers. So like this acquisition is when you are capturing the moreover stakeholders of that particular business. Like as I told, Zomato acquisition of Uber Eats, it was by 55%, isn't it? So when both the companies are in same business strategy, like if they are into pharmaceuticals, the other company also will be into pharmaceuticals. So they need not have to change any other thing. So they can merge together and they can come together and move ahead. Okay, merger. Acquisition means when I'm acquiring the other business with the large amount of stakeholders. Sometimes it will be in minor stakeholders, sometimes it will be in major stakeholders also. Like I told about Walmart's acquisition of Flipkart means Walmart they acquired the Flipkart with the major shareholding of 77%. So 77% is it's a major stake only, isn't it? So when we are talking about Zomato's acquisition of Uber Eats by 55%, so if it is 50 and less than 50, it becomes some merger. When it is more than 50 and all, it becomes like acquisition. Means I am having more control over that business. Okay, because I am the major shareholder in that. Okay, that means the acquisition. Understood?
Ma'am,
Understood, ma. Now, whoever asked the questions, acquisition is what?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood with it? Okay, let's move ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
So, what
ma'am,
is finance? Yeah, ma.
ma'am, there is a recent news in the media like the Adani groups acquired
Yes.
some of the stake of NDTV. Is that acquisition or what?
Yes, it is based on the share what they are having. One second. Yes, yes. Acquisition in the sense you are capturing the major stakes of that particular business. Like I wanted to acquire the stakes. So that time it will be like an acquisition only. Like what is the percentage they have been acquired?
Ma'am, around uh, 20, between 25 to 10%, something
So that
between
is a
that.
minor stake. In that basis, they have been acquired. Like I am running the business, it is 100
Ma'am, you're not audible.
Are you able to hear my voice? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So understood with the thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So now we are going to see what is financial modeling in Excel. So how we are going to use financial modeling in Excel. So financial modeling in Excel refers to tools used for preparing the expected financial statement. So when we are talking about the financial statements, we talked about the income statement, the balance sheet, and the cash flow statement and all. So these things and all, it can be very easily carried out when we are using the Excel. So predicting the company's financial performance in a future period using the assumptions and historical performance information. So when I'm talking about the future prediction or the past history and all, how the calculations has to be done in order to know the current scenario of that business, and in another 5 years, in the upcoming 5 years, how the business is going to see the growth. So all those things and all, it will be put it in a systematic way where I'll be using the Excel, where I'll be using the Excel functions and formulas and all in order to make it up. So you people must be aware of what is MS Excel is. Girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so
Yes,
what is
ma'am.
Excel? So if you have to tell, I think most of you must have been learned Excel also. So before we get into too much of Excel, let's understand what it is, who has introduced it, when it was introduced, and what are the things that it carries on with. So Excel is one of the components of
And Microsoft.
Microsoft.
MS Office. So it is one of the package application This one, it is available in MS Office. It's one of the components of MS Office, which was introduced by Microsoft company. Okay, so when we are talking about Excel, so it is, as we discussed, it is basically used for the sake of calculation and all. How this calculation are performed? So Microsoft Excel is a powerful data visualization and analysis software. Means it is used for the visualization and analyzing the software, the data, whatever I have. So which uses spreadsheet to store, organize and track data with set of formulas and functions. So what does this spreadsheet means? You people have worked on Excel before? Girls?
No,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, so I have got the combined answers of yes and no. Okay, it will be a refresher to the ones who have already done it, and it will be a new topic which will be learning using the financial modeling. So spreadsheet is nothing but the tabulations, what is present. So that is why it is called as electronic spreadsheet. So when we see what are the things is. So here this is your electronic spreadsheet, Excel spreadsheet, what we call it has. So this electronic spreadsheet, this Excel is used to store and organize your data, and also whatever the data you have, you can store it, you can organize it, and you can analyze the data. And this tracking of data is done using the formulas and functions. So Excel is used by marketers, accountants, data analysts, and other professionals. So it is not only limited for any particular category of fields or any particular category of people and all. So it is used widely used from different type of business requirements, like marketers they use, accountants they use, data analysts and other people and all they are using it. It's part of Microsoft Office suite of products. So need of Excel for financial modeling. Why do we need Excel in financial modeling? So financial modeling Excel, if you are new to accounting, you may not learn basic of accountings, without which you will not be able to progress in financial modeling in Excel. So as I told, Excel functions and formulas are very highly used in order to get the financial modeling structure done. So if you are basic learner of the financial model and you don't know about Microsoft Excel, then it is very difficult to prepare a financial model. So this is the one platform which is being used in order to analyze the data and what we have for to set up my business and all. It is mandatory to have the knowledge of Excel. So here we are using Excel as a platform in order to do the calculations and all. So it is mandatory that you should have the knowledge about Excel. So if you know Excel, then it would be very beneficial. So learning Excel is always beneficial if you are into financial analysis or any other business or into any other fields also. So here we are going to get started with Excel. So here first we will come across the screen elements that you can see in the here. So top row, what you see is called as your title bar. Title bar, whatever the name you give to the file, so that will be shown here in the title bar, and here you have the different tabs. So these are called as your tabs. Tabs consist of file, home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, and help. Okay, these are the different tabs, and each and every tab will have its ribbon. Okay, so ribbon, what you see here in a horizontal way, this is called as your ribbon. So when I come across the different tabs like home tab, insert tab, page layout tab, formulas, data, review, view, help. So you can see the same ribbon is not repeated with other tabs. It is individually different and unique. Okay. So when we are talking about the ribbon, so ribbon consists of three main components in it. So girls, am I too fast or something? If you are not able to follow anything, please do tell. I'll repeat it. Or if I am too fast, I'll reduce my speed. Is there anything as such? Able to follow it right?
Yes,
Ma'am, can
ma'am.
you go a bit slow?
Yeah. So this is the screen where you should be aware. This is screen of Excel spreadsheet where you should be knowing the screen elements or screen components of the Excel. Okay. So here you can see the top row, which is called as title bar. So by default, you can see it as book. So here you can see this is called as your title bar and the default file name will be book. Because Excel, it works as sheets and sheets together, it is called as book. So the default file name will be book. Okay. And here we have the tabs. Okay. So what are the tabs means? File, home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, and head. Okay. So when we are seeing looking at the tabs, so when I click on the different tabs, you can see there are different ribbons. So beneath what you see in a horizontal bar, so this is called as ribbon. Okay. Each and every tab will have its ribbon. So when I click on home, you can see the ribbon of home tab, insert tab, ribbon, page layouts ribbon, formulas, data, review, view, and help. So when I'm talking about the ribbon, so all the ribbons of different tabs are different and unique. So each and every tab, it's not having the same components. Okay. So when we are talking about the ribbon, so ribbon consists of three main things in it. So ribbon consists of groups like home tab consists of a ribbon which are having the groups called as clipboard, font, alignment, number, styles, cells, and editing. So when I'm coming to insert tab, there are tables, charts, doors, sparklines, links. And when I come to page layout, themes, page setup, scale to fit, sheet options, arrange. So like that, each and every ribbon will have different groups. And each and every group will have tools or commands. So whatever the small things like buttons, like whatever you see, these are called as tools or commands. Okay. And each and every group consists of a dialog launcher. So dialog launcher in the sense, whatever the tools that you see or the commands that you see under that one particular group. So this, when I click on the dialog launcher, the tools will be shown in an elaborated way. Like if I click on this fonts dialog launcher, you can see the text font style. And if I wanted to increase with the size and decrease with the size, color of the text, and if I wanted to give the underline, and if I wanted to go with the strike through, subscript, and font style and all. So whatever the things that is there in the group will be shown in an elaborated way in the dialog launcher. Okay, and the dialog launcher is not present in all the groups. If you see in clipboard we have the dialog launcher, in font we have, in alignment we have the dialog launcher, number we have the dialog launcher, and in styles we don't have, cells we don't have, editing we don't have. When I come to insert, see in charts I have the dialog launcher, rest other groups is not having the dialog launcher. And I'm coming to the page layout, only page setup is page setup, scale to fit, and sheet options are having the dialog launcher. So only few groups will be having this dialog launcher. It is not mandatory to have the dialog launcher in all the groups. Okay. So now you understood the top row, what it is. So this is your title bar. So the default file name will be, in Excel, it will be book. Okay. So here I have the tabs. Tabs are a file, home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, and help. And the ribbon I have. So ribbon consists of three things I told. What are those things? Girls? A ribbon has three components I told, three things in it. First one is group, then we have the tools, and then we have the dialog launcher. So now anybody can answer me, what are the three components that will be there in the ribbon?
Groups, then tools and dialog launcher.
Okay, tools, or we can call it even as commands also. Okay, so then we have the quick access toolbar, which is in the topmost corner, left corner. We have this quick access toolbar. So quick access toolbar means frequently used tools or commands. So here we saw different types of tools are there. So it is not that I'm going to use all the tools that are there in all the tags and ribbons. So very few tools I'll be using here. So those type of frequently used tools, whatever I'm using frequently, I can set it up under this quick access toolbar. So for that only the name itself, it is quick access toolbar. Okay. So when I wanted to add few tools in it, so I will click on this drop down here and I'll go to more commands in this. So here you can see all the tools that are there under the ribbon. Okay. So now if I wanted to add, so whatever you see it here in this clipboard, like cut, copy, paste, that one only I'll add it so that you will not get confused. So I'll select cut. Here you can see it is save, undo, redo is there. Now I wanted to add cut also. So I'll click on select that and click on add. So my cut option is got selected. Now I wanted to add copy option. So copy, I'll select it and click here. My copy tool has been got added. So I have format painter. So very frequently I'll be using the format painter also. I'll select this and click on add. My format painter is also added. So now this many things I'll be using very frequently. So I have set it. I'll click on OK now. So you can see whatever the tools that I have added, it has come up over here. Okay. So now if I wanted to remove any of the tools, I'll click on this drop down. I'll go to more commands and I'll select and I'll remove. Redo I wanted to remove, and I wanted to remove undo, and I wanted to remove format painter. Okay. Now I have kept this three things, which is save, cut, copy. Here you can see there are different things. It is there. So here you can see there are almost 6 tools. So I'll select this and I'll click on OK. Now you can see it is almost set. Okay. So now you understood with this quick access toolbar and with the title bar and with the tabs and with the ribbon.
Yes, ma'am.
Understood. So let's go ahead. So here we have the name box. So name box, it will show where is my active cell is. So when I'm talking about the active cell, before I explain this one, let's see, look at the work area. So when we are talking about MS Office components, the work area differs from one application to another application. In Excel, it is in the form of tabulation. Tabulation is nothing but the small boxes what you see, no? So these are called as tabulation. That is why it is called as electronic spreadsheet. So why it is called as electronic spreadsheet, we will see. So here when we are talking about the tabulation, it is in the form of rows and in the form of columns. So here you can see these are the columns which are addressed by A, B, C, D, and here we have the rows which are addressed by numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now what is this active cell is? So by default you can see this A1 cell. It is having a block, thick border one. So this is called as an active cell. So when I click elsewhere, so can you see that thick border is moved now? Is it in A1?
It is in D4.
So D4. So how you are coming to know that it is in D4?
Ma'am, it's the fourth row and the D column.
Yes. So she's able to identify because it is in D4 means where your column and your row intersect each other. So that point is called as your active cell. Okay. So where your column and your row, you can see now it is in column. Which column it is in? It is in C column. When I see which row it is in 3. So both where it is intersecting each other or meeting each other, where a column and a row meet each other. So that is called as cell address. Okay, and this cell address is reflected or shown in the name box. Here what you saw, this is called as name box. This will show where your active cell is. So when I click here, you can see now it is telling it is in F6. So by default, it will be in A1 cell. Whichever sheet you open, by default, that active cell will be in A1. Okay. So now when I'm coming to the formula one. So now I wanted to see that whether I'll be able to travel it from. So instead of clicking here, can I just give the number from here and can I travel it like I wanted to go for E10. So I'll type it as E10. So I made the changes in the number name box. So have my this one active cell has moved to E10?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it has moved. So when we see how many rows and columns are there in my sheet, so I'll just put it here in A1 cell and I'll press Control and right arrow. So it has taken me to XFD, that is 16,384 column. Okay, so there are almost 16,000 columns are there. So when I wanted to come back to A1 cell, I'll press Control and left arrow. It will take me back to A1 cell. Now I wanted to see how many number of rows are there in a particular sheet. So I'll press Control and down arrow. So you can see there are almost 10,48,576 rows are there. So it is quite a big amount of space only I have. So now I wanted to come back to A1 cell. So I'll just press Control and up arrow. It has taken me back to A1 cell. So this name box, can it travel to the far distance? Now I did E10. So can it travel to different location, like I will tell it has F100. Okay. Now my active cell, which is in A1, should be moved to F100. So has my active cell has moved to F100?
Yes, ma'am.
So now I wanted to come back to A1 cell only. See, now you saw that even though it is having a quite big amount of space, I'm easily able to travel it. Why? Because this is already predefined. So that is why we call it as an electronic spreadsheet. Okay. So you understood with this what is name box is?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, now we will see what is this formula bar is. So formula bar reflects the data, whatever I am entering into the active cell. So can I enter my data apart from an active cell? Means no. Wherever my active cell is, there only my data will be entered. See? So wherever my active cell is, there only my data is getting entered, no other places. So it is very much clear that wherever your active cell is, there only you can enter the data. Okay. So whatever the data I'm entering into my active cell, that will be reflected in the formula bar. So can you see I have entered NICT over here and the same thing is getting reflected. Even though I did not type anything in the formula bar, I am typing it here. So I am typing it here in my I'm typing it here in my active cell, but still you can see the things automatically getting entered in the formula bar, isn't it? So data, whatever I'm entering into the active cell, that will be reflected here. Now, if I wanted to put is equal to NICT. So now the same thing is getting reflected in the formula bar.
Yes, ma'am.
So now I'll press enter. So now is the same thing that is there in the active cell, like whatever I entered is equal to NICT is there.
No, ma'am.
So now it is showing with some this one like with the data called hashtag name question mark something, isn't it? Why? Because it is an error, name error it is. Okay. So but when you look at the formula bar, what you are saying, are you seeing an error over there, or you are seeing is equal to NICT?
Is equal to NIC.
So there it is showing is equal to NICT. Here it is showing has an error. Why? Because I am entering it along with equal to. So equal to means here when I am entering without equal to, if I am entering any of the details like this, so Excel accepts it as a data. Without is equal to, if you enter anything, that is a data which has to be accepted, and it will reflect the same thing in the formula bar also. But when I'm talking about a function, so is equal to, if I put you, so Excel understand that there is a function or formula which is going to come over there. So Excel will prepare itself in order to apply a function and formula. But when I'm giving it as NICT, there is no functions or formula called as NICT. So it couldn't analyze what it is all about. NICT, it is a new term for it. So when it couldn't understand, that time it is reflecting with the error. But whatever the thing I have implemented is equal to means it understands that it is a formula function. So whatever the detail, the data I have entered, it will reflect the same thing in the formula bar. It will show here in the spreadsheet, it will show as an error, but in formula it will show whatever the formula you have implemented, either even it is wrong one also. Okay. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So you understood what is this data is and what is this functions and formula is, and how Excel accepts the details whatever you feed in. Either it should take it as a data, or it should take it that there is a function or formula which is going to come in that particular cell. Okay. So then we have the vertical scroll over here. You can see we have the vertical scroll and we have the horizontal scroll. And here by default in Excel 2019, you will be having only one sheet. Okay. So in the previous versions, they were having you were having 3 sheets in there. Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 was there. So from 2016 and 19 onwards, it is sheet 1. So when I wanted to add more sheets in it, I'll just click on this plus button and keep on adding the sheets. Okay. So what is the maximum amount of sheets that I can add? It means it is 255 number of sheets that I can add in one particular book or a workbook. Okay. So Excel files are called as book or workbook, and each file consists of maximum number of 255 sheets in it. So you saw in one particular sheet what is the workspace I have, isn't it? So it is almost 16,000 columns and 10 lakh rows I have. So I think if one file is more than enough to work on any data or any. So understood with this? Understood with the work area, understood with the rows and columns, and understood with the sheets and how many number of sheets we can add.
Yes,
What is
ma'am.
vertical scroll
Yes,
and what is
ma'am.
horizontal scroll and all. And we have the accessibility here. So this is the status bar, what it is there. I'll right click on this and you can see by default all the details are checked in. This everything is activated because Excel is a spreadsheet where it is basically used for the calculations. So by default, whatever the type of things you wanted to add, everything will be activated only. And here you can see the different types of views available, and here we have the zoom bar. Okay. Understood with this? So in Excel, whatever the implementation I have to do it on the selection, and that selection is called as range. Okay. So whatever I wanted to implement, first I need to select that particular text or image or whatever it is. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So in MS Office, in Excel, if we speak, so the selection is called as range. Okay. So range can be in columns, or range can be in rows, or it can be both together, combined together. So anywhere, any particular thing I wanted to implement, selection of range is very much important. So wherever you do the selection of range, there only your functions and formulas will be implemented. Understood with this?
Ma'am, can you explain this once again?
So range means selection. So if I wanted to implement something, selection is very much important. I'll select a particular text, and on that I'll be implementing the font style or increasing the font or making it bold, underlining anything. I need to select it. Yes or no? So like that only in Excel also selection plays very important role. Whatever the selection you make, the implementation will be applied on only on that particular selection. And that selection word is called as range in it. Okay. So range, it can be in rows. So if I wanted to select this particular rows, like I have here NICT, computer, education. So like this it is there. So I wanted to select it. So I will click this and I will select this three things. So these are the columns which have been selected. So this is called as a range. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So if my contents are in the rows. So now my selection can be in the rows also. So it can be in columns or it can be in rows or it can be both together combined with rows and columns. So whatever the implementation I'll be doing, it will be implemented only on the selected range. Understood with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So any doubts, please have a look at the screen. If anything you are having the doubt, just get it clarified or we will move further with Excel.
Ma'am, can you please repeat the number of sheets?
Number of sheets. Okay, by default, when I open with a new document, no, sorry, new Excel file, Excel workbook. So you can see only one sheet will be there. Okay. So if I wanted to add more sheets, I'll click on this plus. So as I keep on adding this plus, when I click on this plus, I can keep on adding the sheets. So like this, how many number of sheets I can add? I can add in a file or a workbook means I can add maximum number of 255 sheets in it. So like this, I can keep on adding 255 sheets in it. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So just have a look at the screen components if you are having any doubts. So have a look at that this one title bar, your quick access toolbar, what are the tabs that we have and what are ribbons and the components of ribbons and what is name box, what is formula bar and what is a spreadsheet, what is tabulation in it, what are columns, rows and what is vertical scroll and horizontal scroll, what is status bar and what is a zoom bar. Any doubts, girls?
No, ma'am.
Understood with all the screen components of Excel?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now when I'm entering the data, so now let's see how to enter the data in my Excel spreadsheet. So now just tell me where is my data is in, which cell it is in. So is it in ABC?
Ma'am, it is in 3
It's in
columns.
A1.
A1.
Okay. Okay, anyone else?
Mom, it's in A1.
A1, okay. So anyone else wants to answer where it is?
Ma'am, is it in 3 like A, B, C it got divided?
Okay, so let's see here. So a few answers I got that it is distributed in A, B and C column. So now my active cell is in A. When I come to B, you can see here in my formula bar. When I come to C, when I come to A, so even though the maximum size of the cell, so what it is fixed size will be there, no? So Excel will not expand it by default. So what it will do is when I'm entering the data, it will continue in the same this one only. But when I resize this, I'll just come here and double click on this A and B. There is a partition which is happening with, which is running through with the line. I'll just come here and double click on it. See, now it is adjusting with whatever the text length I have given. Initially, it did not resized it. Whatever the cell size was there, within that only it was entering the data, even though it was getting expanded. So it did not expand the cell size. So it has kept like that only. So when I double clicked on this cell, you can see it is acquiring this size of a cell. Okay. So like this, the data will be entered. So when I wanted to see the cut, copy, paste. So here we will see what is this cut, copy, paste and the clipboard. So now when I'm into the cursor, so if I am into the edit mode, how I'll come to know is, now this is an active cell. So now you can see, if you just follow it up here, you can see all the tools are active here. So I'll just press F2 key. F2 is to get your cell into edit mode. Edit mode is where you can enter the data. I'll just press F2. You can see the I-beam cursor. So once my cell is into edit mode, now you see all your tools in the ribbon have almost gone deactivated. So if I remove it, see everything is active now. So whatever the implementation you will do it, it will not be done when you are in the edit mode. Okay, so only the range has to be selected where it should not be in the edit mode, then only your implementation will be done. Okay, so now I wanted to cut this content and move the content. So I'll be using the shortcut key Control X, or here in the ribbon, Home tab ribbon, you have under the clipboard, you have the cut option. I'll click on cut. So once I click on this cut, you can see the moving lines around it. That means the value has been selected. Now I will click elsewhere and I'll click on paste. So paste, the shortcut key is Control V. I'll press Control V. See now my content is moved from B3 to B5. So now if I wanted to apply the copy, so I'll press C. So when I go to this particular tool, you can see the shortcut key is there. So Control C. So once I have done the selection, you can see the moving line. I'll come here back to B4 and I'll press Control V. So now you saw that cut and copy I did. So what is the differences that you saw? What happened when you applied the cut and what happened when you applied the copy? Girls?
Mom, when you applied,
B4.
No, ma, what happened when I applied the cut option and what happened when I applied the tool copy?
When you
So
applied cut, ma'am, the font moved from one place to one cell to another cell. When you
yes,
applied copy, it just copied.
yes. So when I applied the cut, the information or the data was moved from one particular place to another place. When I applied the copy, it duplicated the value and it applied the same duplicate value into the location where I have selected. Okay. So here I am going to apply with this one. So format painter, I'll show it in a few while. So here I have one data. Okay. So now I wanted to change the text style, font style. I wanted to change it. So I will go and I'll make this one. So I have changed my font style. I wanted to increase the font size. So I'll increase the font size. And if here also you can see there is grow font and shrink font. Grow font, it will increase the size. Shrink font, it will decrease the size of my text. Okay. So if I wanted to make it bold and if I wanted to make it italic, slightly slanting, if I wanted to apply with underline. So in Excel, you can apply only two types of underlines. One is single and in one more is double underline. So whatever the text color you have selected, the same color underline you will get it. So I'll select double underline. So now if I wanted to apply it with borders. So here when I click on the borders, so here you can see all borders. It will apply the borders on all the four sides. Or if I wanted to apply only the thick borders, I can apply with the thick borders. Now you can see it is implemented. Now if I wanted to fill this particular cell in color, so I will click on this colors option. Whichever type of color I wanted to select, I can implement. Okay. Now if I wanted to change the text color over here, so I'll click here and I'll select whichever type of text color I wanted. Okay. So now you saw that I have implemented with different tools which are available under the font group, isn't it? So now the same thing I wanted to apply it on the selected text as well. So I'll copy it here in different places. Okay. So now I wanted to apply the same formatting to this particular uh, data what I have. So for that I'll select format painter. So once if I select it, only one time it will be applied. See, the next time it is not there. So if I wanted to apply it multiple times, means the formatting, if I wanted to apply multiple times, I'll double click on this format painter and you can see any number of time I wanted to apply, I can apply it. So if I don't want, I'll just press escape key. It will move, it will be removed. Okay. So you understood with the format painter.
Ma'am,
So
can you
format,
please repeat the format painter once again?
so now I have a text here. Okay. So now I wanted to apply with certain things. You understood with this cut, copy, paste, right? So
Hmm.
now I wanted to apply with the font style. So I'll click on this font style drop down and I'll go and select any one particular type of font style. Okay. So next I have the option to increase my font size. I'll click on this and I will increase the font size. So here next to it you have the grow font and you have the shrink font. So grow font, when I keep clicking this, you can see there is increase in the size of the font. When I click on decrease, so there is decrease in the size of the font. If I wanted to make it bold, I'll select this, I'll make it bold. Italic, slightly slanting, so I can apply with this. And when you see, look at the underline. So in other applications of MS Office, there are different types of underlines available. But in Excel, you have only two types of underlines that are available. One is single and double line. So whichever type of underline you want, you can apply it. But underline will be available only in the text color. Whatever the text color is, in that same color, the underline also will be done. So if I wanted to apply with the borders, so borders can be applied outside borders, or if I wanted to have a thick border, I can apply with the thick borders. Okay, it can be on range of cells also. I'll show it here to apply the borders. So I have selected the range of cells. Now I wanted to apply with borders. So when I click out, you can see it is applied with the border. Okay, so like this I can apply with the border. And if I wanted to fill this particular cell color, I wanted to fill. So I'll click on this color option and I'll select whichever type of color I wanted. So this one is used to apply the text color. So I'll click on this and whichever type of text color I wanted, I'll apply on it. So you saw that in this font group, I have tried with all the different types of tools or commands. So now I wanted to apply the same thing for my contents over here. Okay. So what I'll do is here, I have used multiple ones. Again and again, I don't want to use the same tools. Okay. So for that, what I'll do is I'll place my cursor here and I'll click on this format painter. So format painter means applying the formatting using the paint option. Means it will capture that formatting whatever you have done and will apply it on the selected text. Means it will apply the pattern over there. So I'll click on this format painter. Once I have clicked, so if I click, only one time it will be applied. If I click it double times, so double click if I do, I can apply it multiple times like this. Okay, so you can see still the brush like structure is there with my cursor. So I wanted to remove it, I'll press escape key. Okay, so this is called as format painter. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So now if I wanted to insert align, when we look at this alignments, so first we will see what is this merge and center. Okay, so I will just click here on my sheet. So I'll select this three things. So I wanted to give my heading. So imagine I wanted to merge this all those four cells and make it one. So I will click on this merge and center. So merge and center. Now I will enter the details, enter my data. So you can see my cursor is starting in the middle only. So I will enter my detail, NICT computer education. So now it is applied in the middle, isn't it? So if I tell merge across, so if I wanted to merge the cells, like multiple cells, if I wanted to merge, like it should be A, B, like this, individually in a horizontal way if I wanted to merge. So it is like combining like this, merge across. So see here, it has been merged. Two cells or how much ever cells you merge it, so it will be merged across, means horizontally it will be merged. Okay, so if I wanted to merge a group of cells, like here I wanted to merge with this group of cells. Okay, I'll apply the border here so that you can make out. So here I have applied. So I wanted to merge this particular group of cells. I'll go here and click on merge cells. See now, it is completely merged. So when I see here, it is merged across. If I apply the borders, can you see? This is merge across. So here if I select, see this is merged in a horizontal way only, which usually will be using it to insert any headings or something. So this will be merged and enter the text in center alignment. Okay, so merge across means how much ever the cells you are selecting on the row wise. So it will be merged across. So when I click on this, it will be merged across. So if I wanted to merge multiple rows and columns, see here, you can see it is in rows and in columns. So both together I wanted to merge it. See like this, I wanted to merge it. So this many cells I wanted to merge it. So when I come out, you can see I have applied the border so that you can understand. So here I'll select this and I'll click on merge cells. So merge cells, it will merge the whole set of cells which are in rows and in columns. Okay, understood with the mergings?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
if I wanted to unmerge the cells, once it is done, it is not that it is fixed. I can remove it. I'll just click on the cell and go to this drop down and click on unmerge cells. So the merging is removed. So here also I'll select it and I'll click on unmerge cells. The cells which are merged, it is removed. So here which are in the rows sorry, merged across, that also I can just remove it by clicking on unmerged cells. So you can see now it is removed. Okay, like this we can remove the mergings. Understood with this? So now here you saw that I have selected the number of rows and columns and I have put it. So here I wanted to insert a particular data over here. So I'll just click here and I'll just enter some details. So Excel, MS Excel was introduced by Microsoft company, which is an electronic spreadsheet. So when I'm entering this data, you can see it is just going somewhere and all. So if I wanted it to be in a particular range of cells like this, I wanted it to be inside this one only. I'll select this and I'll click on merge cells. So merge cells I have done. Now when I click on this wrap text, so whatever the information, the details I put it is within that particular range of cell. Understood with this? So is there any CR in this group? Girls?
No, ma'am.
No CRs are there. Okay, I wanted any one particular girl to take an in charge of taking the attendance. So just make attendance of who and all have attended and you can just send it to me. Can it be done? Because
Yes,
till
ma'am.
now I have not taken the attendance and I have to mark the attendance also.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so another 10 minutes. It is almost 7:40 now. So another 5 minutes I'll take it, and before that before we wind up, I'll take the attendance and then we can wind up. Okay. So understood with this merge and center,
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
and understood with this what is wrap text is.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
So now in this, so when we look at this alignment options, so there is a way how my data will be entered in it. Okay. So now imagine I am applying with 1, 2, 3 here. Okay. So here when I look at this one alignment, so we have the top alignment, the middle alignment and the bottom alignment. And here I have the left alignment. So it is center aligned and this is the right aligned. So now you can see my data is in bottom and it is in right. So when I move my data inside it, so if I wanted to make it centered, so you can see it is in the bottom only and it is in the center. Now when I wanted to move it to the left alignment, so it is in bottom left alignment. So if I make it to middle, so now you can see it is in the middle left aligned only. So if I click on center, so now it is center alignment. So now if I click on the right alignment, so in this one only level only you can see this is the top, this is the middle and this is the bottom. And here when you see this is your left alignment and this is center alignment and this is your right alignment. So in a cell when you are entering the data, it aligns as per your alignments what you have set it over here. Okay. So if I make it to top alignment and I wanted it in the left side, if I wanted it in the center, if I wanted it in the right side. So this alignments will be set like this. Okay. So here you want, if you wanted to move it so to your left or right, so manually you can just move it wherever you wanted, left alignment or right alignment. Okay. So if I wanted to move my orientation, change the orientation, so here I'll give the text NICT. So now I wanted to change the orientation. So orientation will be done from the alignment group. Here I have the orientation option where I'll click on this. See now my alignment, my text alignment is changed. So it will change according to the degrees. So clockwise, if I wanted the text to be on the vertical basis, if I wanted it to be rotate text up, or if I wanted to rotate the text downwards, and if I wanted to move it according to my this one. So manually I wanted to change the orientation. I'll select this, where you will get this dialog box where you can see here orientation, where I can move it to whatever the degrees I wanted to move it, and I'll click on OK. It will be moved. So your text within a cell, it can be changed with the orientations. Okay. Girls, understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any doubts in this clipboard, font group and alignment group?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So next we'll go for the number group. So here now I'm entering a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So can you see the number as it is? Yes.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
So this is in general. So if I increase the size of my this one numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now is it in the same way? Are you able to understand what I have put the value there?
No, ma'am.
Because now it is changed to the scientific format. So why? Because so the capacity of a cell will be like number of characters or number of digits. It can store it. So once you are crossing that digits, like 9 digits are the maximum number. So usually default it is set that 9 characters can be inserted in it. But when I am crossing more than 9, so here you can see I have put it like 12 digits I have put. So it has already crossed the maximum this one default capacity. So now it is changed to scientific value. So now if I wanted to change it to the numeric, to this one only, I'll go to the number group and here I'll click on numbers. Okay, so once I click on the numbers, it will come along with the decimals. But whatever the numbers I have entered, you can see it here. In order to remove this decimals, you have the option here. So to remove, if you wanted to add the decimal values, you can add it. How much ever you want, you can add it. So this is to remove it. So whatever the value now I have selected, it has been done. So here, when you click on this drop down, you can see there are different types of options that are there under the number group. So general, it is a generally whatever the data you put it in a cell. So that will be in a general format. So no specific format will be followed. So number format, whenever you are giving the maximum number of characters or the number of digits, if it is crossing more than that, so it will be into the scientific values, which will be again when I select this number, it will be converted. Means it will accept the digits, number of digits, whatever you have given. So now if I wanted to enter the value, okay, I wanted to enter the value in the currency format. So in the currency format, it will come. So if I wanted to change the currency symbol, here I have the different types of currency option, currency symbols option, whichever I want, I can select it. So in case if we tell that I wanted Indian currency, so how am I going to change it? So for that, I'll go here and I'll go to the more number formats, and here I have currency. So when I click on this dialog box, you can see here the sample, whatever the value that is there in the active cell, that will be shown, and number of decimal places that are there. So 2 decimals are there. I don't want any decimals. I'll remove it. Now the symbol you are using is Chinese symbol. Now I wanted to change it to Indian currency. So I will go here, click on this drop down and select. So here when I go down, I'll take my cursor down. So here you can see, so the Indian currency symbol is appearing. So I'll select English India and I'll click on OK. So now you can see like this, I can change the currency symbol. Okay. So if I wanted to apply it with the percentage, so any value, now I wanted to apply 10%. So here I am giving 10, 20, 30. Okay. So now I wanted to apply this numbers as percentage. So when I click on percentage, see, is it showing it in 10, 20, 30%? No, it is changing it into 1000, 2000, 3000 like this, isn't it? So, girls, are you able to follow?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll do only this thing and I'll stop it. Okay. So now before I implement this percentage, I'll select the range. Means I know here in this particular range of cells, I wanted to implement percentage. So I'll select the range and I'll click on percentage. Now I will enter the values 10, 20, 30. Okay. Understood with
Yes.
this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so we'll just have a glance about what and all we have covered. So who is the one who is going to take the attendance, or shall I mark it by myself? So can you tell how many students are attending the class today?
Ma'am, only Harina P hasn't attended. All others 16 people have
Out of
attended.
15, out of 17 students,
Yeah, out of 17 students.
only?
Only Harina
Actually,
P, she hasn't joined the meeting.
Harina P.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
she is absent. Okay, let me check it out. 16 members are there. So out of Harina, so others and all it is there. Okay. Only Harina P is absent. 16 are present, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So any doubt in today's classes, girls? So we'll just have a glance. So what is financial modeling? And what are the things that we are going to learn in financial modeling? And what is financial modeling is? Just have a look.
Ma'am, can you show the agenda?
Yes. Done, huh?
Ma'am, you will give us the PPT or
We will share the PPT, but not now, later part. So this one Excel and all, I'll be sharing it. Whatever the things we are doing it, like whatever we are doing the exercises and all. So that and all, I'll be sharing it. This one, I'll share it in the last. Okay.
okay.
So introduction, what is financial modeling? So what are the components we will be concentrating in financial modeling? So where and all financial modeling, and who will be using the financial modeling moreover? And what are the fields, different fields where financial modelings have been used, and what is the significant role that is played by Excel in financial modeling. So here we came across what is Excel. So why do we need Excel for financial modeling? So we started up with Excel. We saw the screen components of Excel. What are the things that are there on the screen? What are tabs? What are ribbons? What is name box? What is formula bar? What is column, rows, and what is the work area, which is in the tabulation format? What is rows, columns, and the sheets, status bar? What is vertical scroll, horizontal scroll, and zoom. And we came across the home tab, which is where we are having the clipboard group. So we saw what is cut, copy, paste, and format painter, and we came across the format group where we saw how to change the font style, increase the font size, how to apply the borders, how to make it bold, italic, and how to fill the cell with the color, and how to apply the text colorings. And we saw the different types of alignments where we saw merge and center, merge across, merge cells, how to unmerge, wrap text, orientation, alignments, and we saw number group, but it is not yet completed. There are still things in the number group. So when we click on this, so currency we have done. So accounting, short date, and other things are there. So we will see tomorrow what it is. Okay, girls. So if there is any queries, or if you are having any problem, like if I'm too fast or not able to understand, please do tell. I'll repeat it once again, or I will reduce my speed in teaching. So any such thing?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, could you please start the class from 6:30, ma'am?
No, the scheduled timing what they have given is from 6 to 8 only.
Ma'am, because we are from afternoon batch and our class ends at 6:10, ma'am. I mean, sorry, 5:10. So we reach home by 6:15.
Okay.
So could you please change the timings, ma'am?
So this one you have to speak to a HOD. In the meantime, I'll put the word to my management also. Let's see what it can be done, because it is not from my end. I can't change anything. So let's see. Okay. So you
Okay,
just put a word to your HOD and I'll speak to the management people and we'll see what it can be done. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, girls. So no doubt in today's class.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Everything is understood. Yeah. Yeah, ma'am.
Ma'am, from where can we get the access to the recordings?
Sorry, the link will be shared in the WhatsApp group now.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So you have to just click on that link and you will get into the classes directly. You are there in the group, right? In the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, there they have shared the link. So you can just click on the link and you will get connected. So anything apart
She's
from
asking for recordings.
Recording. Yeah, ma'am. I'm asking for the recordings from.
So whatever we have done it today. Okay. So it will be shared to you. It will be shared to you. It will be shared to you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So no doubt in regards to the class. Okay. Thank you, girls. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, now bye.
Thank
Bye.
you, ma'am.
Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.